Lately, I have spent more and more time staring at a wall, staring at a screen, trying to force my brain to work, trying to squeeze any last drops of idea, creativity, or motivation out of its sad little self. Writing never-ending to-do lists, which mostly end up rolling over to the next day and eventually next week until I give up on them. Why is this not working? Because the harder we work, eventually the less we are able to work. Burnout is a pretty broad term. If you're feeling emotionally exhausted, aimless, lost, or at a complete loss of interest in your practice, you're likely experiencing a form of burnout. Now, this can last anywhere from weeks to months, even years. It's an emotional state which can affect anyone, and most people are blissfully unaware that this is the explanation why their simple to-do list is so hard to complete. Now, luckily, as with most things in life, there is a solution of sorts. So the good news is everything is going to be all right. You can fix this and help yourself. The slightly bad bit of news is that I can only offer suggestions to find a solution which works for you and which works at this moment in time. Because there is no easy fix. The fix is helping yourself enough to let a solution come to you. When you first started out, can you remember how challenging it was to learn new skills and practices, and how each day making small progress steps felt so rewarding and exciting? Well, over time, the little challenges we faced become more mundane and easy everyday tasks. If you no longer push yourself to improve, you stagnate, and eventually everything starts to feel a little pointless. When I first found myself stuck in a rut, I decided to set myself a challenge. I gave myself 48 hours to concept, write, shoot, edit, and upload a short film. After a pretty stressful weekend, I finished by uploading a quirky short film about a cardboard box. In the end, I realised that the final video didn't really matter that much because I had to complete it and I had to have it uploaded regardless of whatever state it was in. For me, it was more the process of challenging myself to create this that really helped me to grow. Now, I set myself challenges based on the type of projects I want to work towards. So in the end, you'll gain skills which are relevant to you through challenges you will encounter. And if anything, in the end, you'll end up with potentially a cool little portfolio piece. You've probably experienced at least one Eureka moment, point in time where ideas or a solution suddenly, almost out of nowhere, comes to you. And it's such a pure moment, as usually you're in the middle of doing something completely unrelated, or simply you're doing nothing at all. What if I told you that's why? Taking a break from things allows you to reset and clear that backlog of subconscious thoughts, worries, and that mini existential crisis that's been hanging over your head for a while. And the importance of this really came to me when I was thinking about how I used to structure my cycling training. When I used to race, each week would be planned to include a mix of easy and hard training sessions, which means some days you're really pushing yourself and working hard, and other days you still work, but perhaps on something a little simpler. The main point which stood out to me is each week, around about the middle of the week, I would have a rest. That's a day where I wouldn't touch the bike at all. It was a day to really enjoy chilling out or doing something completely different. And this is something which can be applied to work weeks, essentially the 4-day week. If you don't take time to rest from pushing yourself to work, you're in danger of overworking and eventually burning out. Take a day for yourself and, importantly, treat yourself to an actual weekend. Spend your time going out, doing something different, crashing for the day and binging Netflix, or taking a spontaneous trip away. And this is something which, personally, I need to do more of myself, as it's the reason I still have a camper van. When I find myself stuck in a bit of a rut, in a bit of a creative block, or just living in a bit of a foggy haze, I find the one thing that gets me out of it is getting out of that space, getting out on the bike. It works for me. Maybe it's cycling for me, maybe it's running for some people, maybe it's yoga, but yeah, this is my space, I guess. Hello. So ultimately, the important thing is to not get stuck on repeat. Stop bashing out the same thing over and over and over again every day, hoping for a different result. Because without having some variety, taking breaks, challenging yourself, you're really going to struggle to make progress. So a perfect example of this from a personal standpoint is this video. It's taken me really months to complete. Now that's not because I've planned some crazy shoots or anything that's been really intense. I just haven't had the energy to go through with it. But yeah, eventually you'll get there. It's difficult, and with how modern life is so insane, especially at the moment, I don't think anyone can blame you for losing your way a little bit. So I hope this video helps somebody, and yeah, I suppose as well, I hope it helps me, because I want to be doing more YouTube, and it's something that I've procrastinated for years, since I first uploaded, and at the end of the day, there's no excuse. So if you start seeing more videos popping up soon, then yeah, I guess there is some good advice there, at least. Feel free to subscribe, and yeah, good luck.